Okay, friends, Lindsay here. I'm going to show you how to tie a squirmy worm. First of all, you're going to go with this hairline squirmito in the bloodworm. Okay, so typically what I'll do is, looks like I've got some pieces here. So I'll take a full strand and cut it in half. It's usually easily enough to do too. Okay, so there you go. The hook is a fulling mill 5115 heavyweight grub nickel in size 8. And I do 8 or 10. Okay, as far as the thread, this is 210 denier, whatever kind you want. I like to get the color to match the worm closely, and I like the thicker thread so it doesn't bite into the squirmy worm material, because it's pretty flimsy. Okay, so I'll start out and put a thread base on here. Just cut the tag off. I like to go down the shank a ways. Okay, so even though the worm material doesn't go all the way down, it kind of covers it up. Who knows if the fish like that or not. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is take this piece, just hang it over the back. Now, the first wrap is going to be really loose. Okay, and pull it in. You'll see that that worm likes to roll around. So I'll loosen it and kind of put it back on my side. And then the second wrap, I try to make exactly on top of the first one. Okay, and then come up about 3 or 4 wraps and put a second fairly loose wrap on there. And once again, trying to put the second wrap right on top of the other. Okay, come up a little ways, do the same thing. And if you start the worm closest toward you, as you turn it around, it'll end up on top pretty good. Okay, come up again, try to match it. Then once you get onto the shank, you can kind of cinch it down. So the loops around the worm material itself are fairly flimsy. I'm going to leave a little room there at the head. Okay, now if it goes too far, you can always loosen it up and just kind of pull it back. Okay, and then I come in front of the head, then I come back and give it just another one, and then come give it a couple of more. Okay, then if you get your whip finish tool, just come in front, tie it off. Sometimes it gets in the way. You can just use your spring tool back here, hold it out of the way if you need to. And just make a little head. You know, I usually don't go more than 4 whip finishes, but I usually do it twice. 3 and 3. That one came off. 3. Okay, and tie it off. And most of these head cements will dissolve the squirmy material, except this water-based loon. Okay, so anyway, I'll just give it a little bit of little shot here and spin it around a few times, touch it a few times, and then take the worm material off. Boom, there you go. Have a nice little worm. Then you can cut this to any size you want. That's about how I like it. Squirmy worm, #1 fly.